Hi guys, welcome to this channel. My name is Bekram. If you are seeing this face for the first time, in this video I want to talk about how I get into social work career, how I know about social work as a career, especially in Nigeria. If it's something you are interested in, please come here and let's talk about it. Let me start with the fact that when I was still in secondary school, I was always ambitious about being a medical doctor. But then my dad is an old man. My family was not doing well financially then, which was one of the reasons I could not go for medicine that I wanted even when I was throughout my secondary school. That was one of the reasons I find myself in science department then in my during my secondary school days. But then I graduated, I did my O level, I started taking admission to some universities which did not really work out. Even though I was just deceiving myself then because of course I was supposed to look for admission that would allow me work at the same time. If you get what I mean? I mean like part-time. So and for God so good, I used to have a friend then. This is my friend, like shout out to him wherever he is. His name is Olamileko. Thank you so much for what you did in my life. Yeah, he actually contributed a lot to my life. That's just the truth. And maybe that's one of the reasons I married my lovely husband, who is also Olamileko. Do I need to mention his name here? Anyway, that's it. Period. So back to my story. I after then after that process, the whole process, I got to know about University of Ibadan distance learning from that my friend. So I spoke to my siblings about it, and they said that I should obtain the form. I could remember that the form then was around 10,000 naira. So I collected the form and I filled statistics because then I was so good in maths. Like I love anything that has to do with maths, mathematics, statistics, anything like that. So my first choice was statistics, and there was an option for me to pick second choice. I need second option. I was confused. I wanted to pick statistic again because that was what I actually wanted to do. I never knew about social work. I don't even understand what social work was all about. But aunt my friend said a friend of his is studying social work. The person that I actually introduced into that program is studying social work, and he have a lot of good things to say about the course. I was like, I don't know social work and I don't want to know because somebody like me, I like is where I want to go that I want to go. I will just follow straight. Is go that I always see. I don't I don't want to hear come back. If you get what I mean. So I spoke to me about it and I was okay. I met that his friend and the friend said the same thing. Then I was like, okay, let me just pick it as my second option. If they did not give me statistic, then they should give me the social work. And for God so good, would you believe that when the admission came out, they actually after the exam and everything, they gave me social work and not statistic. And today again, I want to say that thank God I did not study statistics because what will I be doing here in Nigeria? Did they even have work except they want to be a teacher? And I don't like teaching job. Like somebody like me, I don't like it at all. I don't think I can teach. No, not me. So to continue with my story, after I gained admission to study social work in University of Ibadan, I started and my first 100 level, I did not like the course. I don't understand what is it about the course. But starting from my second year, which is the 200 level, I started falling in love with the course. One of the reasons why I started loving the course was because of the fact that it will give me opportunity to work in the hospital and I will not be under anybody, if you get what I mean. Just like nurses in here in Nigeria, they are like under doctors, but as a social worker, you're not going to be under nurse, nor under doctor, nor under anybody. It's a department on its own and they run their things on their own. So which was perfect for me. Because of this reason, I began to love the course. So I used to have a mentor. I spoke to my mentor about it and he was like, what's social work? How will you be doing social work? Who knows social work in Nigeria? My mentor did not know anything about social work. Then I'm talking about 2010, not now. So he said that I felt so bad, and 2 days after he called me again and he was like, it was like after so much research about the course, he felt so much in love with the course that I should please do well in that course, and that makes me love the course more. And there's one of my friends like that we attended the same secondary school. That my friend was in another university, which is Adeleke University at Ede. It's a private university. She called me one of those days and she was like, "You said you are studying social work." I said yes. She said she loved that course. I was like, "How did you know? How do you know about it?" She said she in their school that they have two school social workers. I was like, wow. And she said she loved everything about them. She loved what they do and all of that. I should make sure that I do well in that course, that it's a promising course. I never knew more than all of these things I was saying then when I started. So because of that, that increased the love I have for social work. Even though I never understand so fully. When I was in school, a lot of people will be saying that like we are just doing this because we don't know if we'll get job at the end of the day. I used to say to myself that I don't know how, but I know that I'm going to get a job, and the job is going to be a medical social work job because this is where I want to be. I used to say that to myself. I used to proclaim that to myself, especially whenever I heard anything like there's no job for social worker in Nigeria, there's nobody understand what social work is all about and all of that. That why are we doing this course? That was what I keep prophesying to myself, that I'm going to get a job, I'm going to do well in this profession, I'm going to get a job, and not just a job, but as a medical social worker, because that is how I actually want to be. And I did not know that God was hearing my voice. Long story cut short, I finished my degree and I searched for a job everywhere. There was nothing like social work job. It was frustrating at first. So I did a lot of job, after which I got a banking job. I did banking job for almost 4 years. And then I got married. Before I got married, I heard about the recruitment. How do I hear about this recruitment? There was this wonderful daddy in my former church, and there was this what's it called, youth empowerment that he financed for us, and I was one of the experts of youth or youth organization of my in my church then. So I was one of the participants of the empowerment. Immediately we finished the empowerment, they invited all the participants for us to at least say something about what we gain and what we learn about the empowerment, if you get what I mean. So I was the only one that showed up. When I got there and he was asking me some questions, that it was not the only one there. There were lots of people there, people like him. And he was like, what did I do? Like, did I go to school? I said yes, that I went to University of Ibadan. He was like, what course did I study? I told him I studied social work. Immediately I made mention of the fact that I studied social work. He was so happy. He was so happy. I don't know why. He said, wow, he loved that course.
Oh my God.
He shook my hand and he was like, wow, I love what she studied. This man is an angel in my life. He tried getting me a lot of job, which did not work out. But immediately the government want to recruit, like the hospital management board want to recruit. He told me that I should make sure that I obtained the form. Then I obtained the form, and for God so good, we did exam. I passed the exam. I made sure that I did very well in the exam. I did the exam. I passed the exam. I did the interview. I passed the interview. I passed everything. It took us almost, I think, almost 2 years before we get the job. So at the end of the day, I got married to my husband and I got a job afterwards. Like I think that was 3 months after my wedding, I got the job. It was double blessing. Just like I used to prophesy it to myself that I do not just want anyhow social work job, but medical social work. I got this job not just as a social worker, but as medical social worker that I have been pronouncing to myself. Where I work as a medical social worker, we have psychiatric ward, which made me also work as a mental social worker. I have experience as a medical social worker. I am experienced as a mental social worker. So whenever I'm ready to move on with my life, like with my career, I can work as a mental social worker. I can work as a medical social worker. And as a matter of fact, I can work anywhere as a social worker. So I never knew that this course is a wonderful course like this. Like I'm so happy I studied social. I'm so happy. You cannot understand until you understand social work. You cannot. It gives you a lot of opportunities, a lot of opportunities, endless opportunities. As a social worker, you can work anywhere. There's nowhere you cannot work except you don't want to work in that area. This was how God got me into this career, because I know that everything was divine. That's why I used to say that in my own case, there's no mistake. It's what God wants for me that I always go for. If it does not work out, then it's not for me. If it works out, it's from God. It's whatever that comes from God that I always want to have. I don't want to have anything outside God's will, if you get what I mean. So this was how God got me into this profession. I'm so happy. Then social work, just like I used to tell people that social work is me. I am social work. This is what I have passion for. This is what I do effortlessly. It is what I can do selflessly. It is what I love to do. I love to help people. I love to see people smile. I love to make the world a better place. So I don't know. I love the cause. It gives me a lot of opportunity in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, if you get what I mean. So I so much love this course. One of the lessons I want you to get in this video is that it is important to speak good things to yourself. Even when it does not seem like this, prophesy good things into your life. Pick what you want. Even when others are saying negative, do not join them to say negative about yourself or about anything. This is one of the things that really helped me. I never knew that God was hearing me. Now I know better. So that is how I got into social work career. Yeah. Have you heard about social work before? Do you know anybody that is a social worker? Have you been to hospital that a social worker has attended to you, or do you have any encounter with any social worker? What was your experience? What do you think about social work? Is it something that you want to do? What do you know about social work? Comment in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Ask me question. Tell me what you know about social work. Let me learn from you. This is a community of knowledge, community of love, community of God. So I'll see you again in my next video. Bye bye.